This year's NBA playoffs is for sure going to have some of the weirdest and most interesting games we've seen. I just turned off that light because it was hurting my eyes, but here we are. We're going to be looking at the Bleacher Report updated 2023 NBA playoff bracket prediction. It's been a minute since I've gone over a Bleacher Report article, but shout out to Greg Swartz for making this. I'm excited to see who they think will be in the playoffs and where they will be in the playoffs because things have changed up a lot. We have a lot of teams we thought would be huge contenders this year that turned out to just be like play-in teams or even worse, and a lot of teams that, hey, a lot of people weren't hyping up when they were going into the season, but they appear to be good. I am talking about my Sacramento Kings. Yes, you guys were doubting. You guys were doubting that team. Let's all be real here. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers going fourth versus the fifth seeded Brooklyn Nets. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Nets are first in the East at the time of recording, but Kevin Durant did just go down with his injury. So I could see them dropping realistically all the way down. I'm not going to lie. I myself had the Cleveland Cavaliers going way higher this year. I thought they'd have a way better season. They're doing good. Like, they're playing great, but I saw them being like a top 3 seed, and I guess, you know, this isn't that bad. But still, I think only a couple years, and we'll see the Cavaliers be like dominating the East. The Nets, on the other hand, we're going to see if Kyrie can help carry this team himself for these next couple of weeks or month or whatever. But I mean, we'll see. I don't think they'll have that big of a drop as they did last year, where they like quite literally went to the absolute bottom of the East. But I mean, I see this happening. I think this is a very solid projection. Who do I see winning this series, though? I'm not going to lie. I'm taking Donovan Mitchell. I'm taking the Cavaliers winning this series. All right, next up, we have the third seeded Philadelphia 76ers versus the 6th seed Miami Heat. What I'm about to say might be completely false, or it may have been solved by the time I upload the video, but from what I've heard, Tobias Harris might also be out with an injury. And if he is, man, I feel bad for the Sixers. As much as I hate watching their team play, they've really suffered injuries this year. And they're sitting strong in 4th seed, so I see them maybe going up. We'll see. Like I said, if the Tobias Harris injury is bad, we will see. But James Harden's playing great, and I do see them staying up for sure. The Miami Heat, though, I'm not gonna lie, I've lost all hope for Miami Heat. I've lost all my hope for them. I don't think that they have any really big movement that's gonna happen. I don't think they're gonna go from 8th seed to 6th seed by the end of the year. I think that's kind of a crazy push. They've just really been fumbling recently, and I don't see them doing anything insane. Who do I see taking the series? I obviously see the 76ers taking this one. Let's go up next. The 2nd seed Milwaukee Bucks versus the 7th seed Indiana Pacers. Now, what I was saying earlier about people not really expecting some teams being in the playoffs, the Pacers are one of those teams, and I think that we will also see the Sacramento Kings, which I'm going to get into. But the Pacers, they've played good. I mean, they've been playing good. They've been winning. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be scary to see Tyrese around an actual good team. You know, I was just about to make a video actually about Giannis and the Bucks because these past couple games have been a little questionable. I mean, this current game that happened today, he was out with a right knee soreness, I'm pretty sure, because he's so tired, and Giannis is the GOAT. I was going to make a full video about it because it's crazy what they're doing to Giannis right now. And when I say what they're doing, I mean the dick sucking that's been going on is crazy. 2nd seed, I want to say that the Bucks will string it together and will push and stay a 2nd seed. Yeah, that's just what I see. As of right now, they're going through a slump, but let's not let that affect their entire season. Like, they're going to step back up. I mean, it's Giannis. And with Chris Middleton coming back, I mean, the team's going to be solid again. We don't have to worry about them. The Pacers, though, being 7th is kind of crazy. I see the Pacers being an 8th seed, not a 7th seed, but then again, there's not much of a difference there. And Ben Mathurin should continue to push Paolo Banchero for Rookie of the Year. Okay, let's stop with that, please. Let's stop with that, please. Paolo Banchero is by far Rookie of the Year. There is no competition. Okay, let's chill out with that, man. And next up, the last that we have for the East here is going to be the #1 Boston Celtics versus the #8 New York Knicks. Celtics obviously are the most dominant team in the East. There's no question. Robert Williams is back, as they say right down here. There's really not much to say. This team is going to be in the finals. Yeah, there's no question. They're coming out of the East. But the Knicks, on the other hand, currently 6th in the East. They really think they're going to drop all the way to 8. I guess they've had a lot of injuries, right? I don't know if the Knicks are really going to drop all the way down to 8. If we're being honest, Jalen Brunson is playing amazing. Julius Randle's playing great. I mean, they have 2 all-stars on their team. If we're being honest, Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle should both be all-stars. Very interesting. I don't see them dropping down to 8, but I do have the Boston Celtics taking this series, obviously. And now it's time to get to the hardest conference. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the Western Conference, as we have the #4 Golden State Warriors versus the #5 Dallas Mavericks. I don't know. I find it hard to believe them going from 8th seed all the way up to 4th and ending the season at 4th. It's the Warriors, and they just won a a championship. So like you can't count them out and you can't say that they're not going to win anything, right? Even when they were like the 12th or 11th seed, it was just like they're going to come back. They're going to at least be in the playoffs. They're not a play-in team. The 4th seed is kind of crazy. I think that's a little OP. Dallas Mavericks being 5th, I see that. I mean, they're currently 5th right now. I do see the Mavericks kind of sticking around in the middle of the Western Conference. I don't think they have the firepower to go up, but I don't think that they're bad enough to really go down. So I see them in this area, and I also see the Dallas Mavericks taking the Warriors off in this series, if we're being honest. So next up, we have the number 3 New Orleans Pelicans versus 6th seed Los Angeles Clippers. Okay. Now let's all pretend like Zion and Brandon Ingram are going to be completely healthy by the time playoffs come around. I personally see this Pelican team being maybe more than the 3rd seed. Okay. The Clippers in the 6th seed is kind of crazy. It's safe to say Kawhi Leonard is officially back. I do want to say it does seem like we won't have to deal with a lot of injuries from him. It is really nice to see him actually out playing normal minutes and not being on like a minute restriction or time management or all that bullshit. Really cool to see. I think it's safe to assume that they'll stay in the 6th seed. Yeah, I do have the Pelicans taking this though. Once again, considering everyone is healthy. If they're all healthy, Pelicans are taking this. The number 2 Denver Nuggets versus 7th seed Sacramento Kings. The Nuggets being number 2, I see that. If anything, I see them being maybe 2 or 3. I mean, Jokic is an MVP. The only thing that can affect him right now is voter fatigue. Other than that, he is by far the MVP of this year, which is crazy because he'd get the 3rd MVP straight in his career, which is just insane. I mean, the Nuggets are tied for 1st in the West. There's not much to talk about when it comes to them. I want to talk about the Sacramento Kings. The Sacramento Kings are currently 4th in the West. Now, I do want to make it very clear. They are about like 2 or 3 games behind the rest of the league. I don't know why they're so far behind. I feel like we have never been caught up. The only problem I have with the Kings right now, we have no good backup center and we can't really grab rebounds as much as I would like to see us get. I feel like we play down to a lot of teams. We go up against a lot of teams and we play at their level when we should be playing at a higher level. Domantas Sabonis is an all-star and so is De'Aaron Fox. So let's just get that out of the way. As much as I want to say I think the Kings would win, I believe the Denver Nuggets would take this series. There might still be a chance, okay? All I'm saying is the Kings, hey, if they play top-tier basketball, you never know. And last up in the West, we have the Memphis Grizzlies at 1st versus the Phoenix Suns at 8. How funny would it be to see a number 1 Grizzlies team, a team that's thriving, go up against a falling off Suns team after all their like beef that they've had recently? That's so funny. I'm not gonna lie, I like the Grizzlies plays, right? Okay, I like John Morant. I like how he plays. But if you're gonna make fun of the Suns for being like this winner's work type team, let's give the Memphis Grizzlies that same attitude because they're that same type of team. I don't know where this came from. That's only the Suns that get cocky when they win. Like John Morant and Devin Booker are the exact same when it comes to like the winner's work. Oh, I'm better than the entire league. Like, so like, let's just give them the same treatment. You know what I mean? I would love to see this just because I know the Suns would just get absolutely swept and it'd be so funny. Chris Paul would never get his ring. Devin Booker maybe requests a trade because their time in the spotlight's over. I don't know. A lot of things can happen with the Grizzlies taking out the Suns. I think a lot of league-breaking things. DeAndre Ayton, I see leaving right away. What an end it would be to a rivalry to see the Grizzlies just dismantle the Suns. Like, just put them into a rebuild. With that being said, I obviously have the Grizzlies taking the series. And that is the updated 2023 NBA playoff bracket. I hope you guys all enjoyed. What do you guys think? Is this prediction actually good? Do we think that this is what it's going to be like? Let me know in the comments below. I respond to everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out this video up on the screen if you want to check it out. I don't know what's going to be up on there, but I promise you it's a great video.